Howdy folks, welcome to the Blacksmith Shop. I'm Lynn Ray with Casey Marshall for the Historic Arkansas Museum. And today we are making a triangle or a dinner bell. And Casey's already got this part done, and I'm going to make the thing that rings it. The handle, the bopper, the ringer, whatever you call it. And we're just going to make a simple eye on the end of it so it can hang right here just for storage when it's not in use, and we're going to be able to take it off and ring it and put it back on. So we've got the ringer material in the fire. Just kind of want to give you show you how to make that loop. And this is just like an eye bolt or a circle on the end of the rod. So it's not complicated at all. And we're going to keep it simple because that's what the triangle is. It's a very simple device.
Now this was a special request of our gift shop, so you'll probably be able to find this in there at some point. Whenever we get done today, we're going to take it over there and let them decide what to do with it. You might be able to find it this weekend if you come to our territorial fair this Sunday. So we apologize for not having videos over the last few weeks, but we have been busy with daily field trips.
Yeah, field trips and the different events around the state. Casey's been busy, I've been busy. And the good thing about it is that on all these events, usually our blacksmith group, the ones that are here in the shop every Thursday, they're involved in those events too. So we're really glad. We really appreciate that support, and we really encourage all who can to come out and see the shop here.
That to say, they're still here. We just don't have time to run a camera, or one of us might be missing. And so feel free to still come on those Thursdays. Just don't expect us to be doing our Facebook Live until after field trip season.
So I'm getting about 6 inches of this superheated. Get the fire up hot. We're going to be on the horn right here, so that's where we're going to be working a lot. Start with, I'll make a bend right here. Okay, we're going to come out. We're going to
put it small down, straighten that out.
Now we're just going to come over to the horn and start bringing that around. We might come back here just a good measure. It's going to straighten out some, which is perfectly fine. We expect it. We'll make a question mark out of it. And then we're going to start bringing that end back around. And we're just going to get right out on the end of the horn and direct our blows just where they need to be. And keep bringing it around. Our goal being to have a
hole big enough
for that to go. Listen, isn't that working nice? Sounds good. Okay, let's put this back in the fire.
Now, I relied on Lynn's expertise to make sure it came out right, but you might be wondering, how did I measure each side? I used my anvil. So this end should be about as long as my anvil. That was my goal, was to use the face as my measuring tool.
So when you're using a particular anvil in your shop, you get familiar with the width, the length, even from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, the length of the horn. A little bit on an angle is another length. You may even mark in some way with soapstone or something, chalk on your anvil. Put you some marks for inch demarcations. So that's pretty common. It's pretty easy to do. That way you don't have to reach with your hands with a measuring device.
Or a tape measure that might melt.
Yeah. Certainly don't want to use anything modern that's going to
Don't ask me how I learned that mistake.
So we're gonna just reach right there and refine that curve. And just support it just a little bit and bring that closed.
That's a pretty decent sized piece of metal.
Yeah, it's pretty decent size. So
It slides on there pretty good. Now we're
going to cool it off, and we'll decide how long it needs to be. Cut it off.
Yep.
So, there we go.
Ta-da! Miss Charlotte over in the store is going to be real excited when we bring this over. Now, before we end our video, let's talk about some of our show and tell today. We have a champion amongst our midst. If y'all weren't aware, a couple weekends ago, there was the James Black Festival, and Lynn brought home the cutting championship belt. He tried to hide it over there, but I saw it. I pulled it out. Of course, we've got a couple of Lynn knives. One of Lynn's older pieces, which we like to see. It helps us newer knife makers. Yeah, please.
Yeah. So it's pretty crude compared to what I make now.
No, it was a learning experience, Lynn.
Yeah. So we like to go back and check and see how much, if any, progress is made.
One of his next big ones. This one I'm going to try and get in close so you can see checkering.
That's just a progress. It's not finished.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on it.
But to slowly put in each one of those lines by hand, the camera will focus. Take some real steady hands.
Wow, John. That's amazing. This is at Northwest. That's the Raven. Where's John? Oh, he's over there.
He stepped out.
That's
He heard the camera was running.
Raven motif. Yeah, that's beautiful. And one of James's, good looking knife. This is going to go here on a frog. So the concho is going to be on that ostrich.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good looking knife.
J.M. Stevens did a coffin shaped handle.
Yeah.
Over here we have something unique from Tim Richardson. He didn't make it, but he brought it in for us. It's feathered Damascus. So turn it where you can see it. Did he say who made this one?
He didn't.
Who? Mr. Oh, gotcha. I love the engraving on here. Mr. Stan.
Butch Sheely made that. He's a friend of mine. And that was a demonstration knife. And it's poured pewter that he's engraved. And it's really a nice knife.
Mm-hmm. J.M. Stevens, his cutter that he used to compete against Lynn a couple weekends ago. Took second. He almost got Lynn. A few more shank knives. Got the sheaths made. You might recognize some of those styles. Coffin handle. And the cleaver. That curly maple handle. All right. Well, that's just part of what we got going today. We do have field trips this afternoon, but since we didn't have one this morning, we were able to keep going with our Facebook Live. We didn't get one last month. We got to come this month. So stay in tune. As soon as we have the time, we'll do more.
So for Casey Marshall and the Historic Arkansas Museum, I'm Lynn Ray. We're glad you stopped in.